everybody, Accureye here, and welcome to another Accureye Talks video. So, in today's video, we will be talking about, are arcade sticks becoming less of a thing, or are they going to still be a thing? In my personal opinion, let me just give you the answer. Arcade sticks are always going to still be part of the main line of competitive gaming, but it does bring in the argument of, are fighting games, especially fighting games like Injustice 2, actually going away from using the arcade stick, actually going away from actually, making the arcade stick a option? And in my opinion, absolutely. Games like Injustice 2 were never built with an arcade stick in mind. I think when WB made Injustice 2, they were not expecting to have arcade stick users be part of their game. And I mean, obviously, as you can see here, I am practicing with my arcade stick. It's not like it's unbearable to do a no arcade stick or do it with an arcade stick, but Injustice 2 is the biggest culprit of showing the fact that arcade sticks are not necessary. And I tried to show you in the multiverse, which you'll be seeing here, a example of the fact that that Injustice 2 does kind of break away from traditional usage of arcade sticks, because in many cases the arcade stick does require an R3 usage, and like Injustice 2 shows this R3 usage, which is something that I was trying to show you, and every time I tried to show you it, every time I was trying to show my point, I was like, I was just having trouble trying to show you this this event, basically. So, in general, obviously, I had really no luck finding a event that gave you the R3 button or the right thumbstick in use. And this is the reason why I believe, like, for instance, Injustice 2, takes away from the traditional arcade usage players. People who have an arcade stick like me, this takes away from us being able to experience or even do all the stuff that you intend for us to do on Injustice. And it makes it to where we have to heavily rely on the controller. But switching over to something like Dead or Alive 6, or sorry, Dead or Alive 5. Dead or Alive 6 will be coming out very, very soon. But like something like Dead or Alive 5, as you'll see here, it still makes use of the arcade stick, and I believe it won't ever not make use of the arcade stick. I feel that in general, something like Dead or Alive 5, and even going into Dead or Alive 6, it's always going to have the arcade stick as a capability, as it is for players. Now, obviously, in many ways, Dead or Alive 5, and I don't think Dead or Alive 6 might attract as many players as Street Fighter has, but obviously Dead or Alive has and does pretty much does pretty much at least made it to where even using an arcade stick is viable for the game. And I feel that that's one thing that makes the game better in many cases. Like, when you think about it, arcade sticks do kind of, in a way, make the game at least better and playable for people. And in my opinion, I think it's a lot more fun to play with an arcade stick. It's a lot better. And maybe that's just me, because I am I am one of those arcade stick players. I like using the arcade stick. I like playing on the arcade stick. But I mean, going back to, are arcade sticks going to become irrelevant? Are people going to stop people going to stop wanting to use them? Absolutely not. I don't think, in many ways, I absolutely do not think arcade sticks are going to become irrelevant at all. I think people are going to still use arcade sticks. I mean, in many ways, arcade sticks are still naturally part of the fighting genre. And in order to be competitive, most people like using arcade sticks just because, it's familiar. They're more precise. In many ways, I would argue that arcade sticks are more precise when it comes to doing your moves, because unlike a joystick where you can kind of just go, okay, let's just randomly do movement and whatnot, mash the buttons and whatnot, and hope that we basically hope that we pull off something. Arcade sticks, on the other hand, pretty much force you to kind of be more precise, make your moves a little more precision based, and in general, of course, of course, also make it to where you can't just kind of be like, okay, I'm just going to push buttons and hope that I win. But switch over to something like even Street Fighter. I don't think Street Fighter will ever have a day where it'll become so easy that basically you really only will be relying on a arcade stick. And I mean, truth is that I think honestly in many ways, arcade sticks aren't going anywhere. In my opinion, arcade sticks, they're not going anywhere. I don't think they'll be going anywhere. I don't think they will be, they will become something that players just stop, like competitive players just stop using. As a competitive player, myself, I love the arcade sticks. I love my Hori RAP4, 4 Pro, Kai, and I mean, it's a great stick. It does exactly what I want. It allows me to make my moves, get precision, and hopefully you've seen it here where being more precise is actually, while it does extend the battle, while it does make it a little bit longer, a little bit slower, it does make it to where, in general, I pretty much can combo up and surprise people more than just being able to, basically, mash buttons or just do random movements and sporadic moves and whatnot just to hope that I win or whatever. So, in general, my final argument and my argument closing it up the video is that arcade sticks, I don't think they're going anywhere. I think arcade sticks are going to stay relevant throughout fine genres and throughout the years. I don't think they're going anywhere, and I don't believe they will be going anywhere. But, tell me what you think. Do you think that arcade sticks are going to become something of the past? Or do you think, or are you like me, competitive gaming is basically going to make arcade sticks still live on? Because, in my opinion, arcade sticks are always going to still live on, going forward. But if you enjoyed this, but thank you everyone for joining me on this video. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, get subscribed, hit that bell notification because I know you want to know when my next video drops next. Thank you everyone for joining me on this video. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for stopping by. And yeah, if you can join me on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. I am live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays currently. I am trying to make a 6-day-a-week schedule, which will mean that I will be live on Monday and Tuesday for about 2 to 3 hours, and then I'll be live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday for 4 to 6 hours. Right now, currently, it's always been about 5 hours, give or take. But thank you everyone for joining me on this video. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting the channel. Join me on Twitch, and you know what to do. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that bell notification so you know when my next video drops next. Thank you everyone for joining me, and until the next one, this is Accureye, signing out and saying farewell, everyone.